Yeah, tonight I'm going to take a real quick video here of this particular sprinkler. I have a collector interested in it, but also I have found it useful to share my knowledge, whatever little it is, on with these YouTube videos. So, as you can plainly see, it's a rotator, and look how smooth that is. It's also got the very old style. You don't see the spray tubes all twisted like spaghetti like this anymore. Essentially, when they made these spray tubes, they just bent it, cut it, threaded it, and put it on. And there was, obviously, while they tried to maintain some kind of pattern, there are no two alike. The other neat thing about the spray turret is the nozzles are soldered in place. These are not twist-off nozzles. So this is definitely from the 20s. And of course, you will notice that the movement is extremely smooth. That's because the sprinkler itself is a product of a company called the Hoover Steel Ball Company in Ann Arbor, Michigan, which is maybe 20 minutes from where I'm standing. The model was referred to as the Rain Square Ball Bearing and Patent. This has been explained to me by somebody who was an actual expert on the Hoover Ball Bearing Company, and he wasn't hard to find, given that he lives right around the corner. The company was started back in 1900, and they provided ball bearings for war machinery. World War I had broken out. Sometime around the mid-20s, they had some very good contractors, especially military contractors, that they were creating an awful lot of product for. Someone came up with the great idea. Yes, they had spiffs 100 and some odd years ago. Someone came up with the great idea, let's make a sprinkler, because lawn sprinklers are very, very in vogue. Let's feature our ball bearing design in the spray turret, and let's make it a limited edition. We don't want to go into the sprinkler business. We still want to just make ball bearings. So I was told, there it is, stamped right there. I hope it comes out. It says SP, obviously sprinkler, dash 100, and then next to that, a stamped 8. What I was told was there were 100 of these sprinklers built. And the 8 designates that it was the 8th lot, the 80th, once they got into the 80s. So that basically says that there's only 20 more sprinklers like this left after this one, and then they quit making them. Excuse me. And of course, they were given to the big contractors that were dealing with Hoover at the time. The nice thing about the spray turret, you will notice that I did clean up the standpipe because it was rusted, and I did clean the base up, but I did paint match. Took me some time, but it cost me $14 just for the paint, but I matched the actual paint, and of course I did the base as you saw. What I did not do was molest in any way the spray turret, and the reason for that is, since it's from the 20s, interesting things about how they manufactured in those days. Notice how each spray tube has no whimsy to it. It's just all over the place. Not only that, but there's 4 different nozzles, and they're soldered on. Sprinklers 10 years later, they come up with threaded nozzles, and these tubes threaded into this, and so on and so forth. There's an awful lot of handwork into this spray turret. So for that reason, I did not want to jump on it with any Never Dull or 000 steel wool or anything like that. I wanted to leave that be because who knows, it could be 100 years from now, somebody might remove this and put a completely different standpipe in here. And I should point out one more time that that's an option, because this is only a piece of 1/2-inch pipe. You can take this section of the pipe out, and you could actually mount this on a 2-foot piece or a 3-foot piece, or you could mount it on a 1-inch nipple down here and have it close to the ground. So they had something in mind when they built this by using a simple piece of pipe as a riser. So one more time, the Hoover Rain Square, made by the Hoover Ball Bearing Company. Look how smooth that action is. Can you believe this was made in 1920? Good luck.